I want to great them. You see me, I want to legend them in order young. The youth name Akeem Campbell, the youth name Chronic Law, you see?
The rise, dominance, and legal battles of Akeem Jermaine Campbell, known globally as Chronic Law, form one of the most intense, soul-bearing chapters in contemporary Jamaican music history. Emerging from the shadows of disenfranchised communities, he forged an empire built on raw vulnerability, establishing himself as the law boss and the definitive voice of the unfiltered streets. Born on December 17, 1993 in St. Thomas, Jamaica, Akeem Campbell's narrative begins in an environment defined by deep systemic struggle and community survival. He split much of his formative upbringing between the gritty, historically turbulent landscapes of Spanish Town in St. Catherine and the eastern parish of St. Thomas. Growing up, he witnessed firsthand the emotional and physical toll of street life, poverty, loss, and the daily grind of survival. These early experiences profoundly shaped his perspective, steering him away from the standard party-centric themes of dancehall and directing him toward the heavy, introspective songwriting that would later define his career. Breaking into Jamaica's ultra-competitive music industry from outside Kingston presents immense geographic and financial hurdles. In his early days, Chronic Law faced the exhaustion of traveling back and forth from St. Thomas to Kingston's elite recording studios just to get his voice heard on mainstream airwaves. His persistence paid off in the mid to late 2010s. Aligning with East Side Records, he released early statement tracks like 2016 Inna the Yard and the highly sought-after 2017 mixtape. His distinct melodic sing-jai style, often characterized by a wistful, pain-tinged cadence, resonated directly with the island's youth, who saw their hidden traumas mirrored perfectly in his lyrics. By late 2018 and early 2019, Chronic Law had become an unstoppable mainstream juggernaut. He exploded onto the charts with a foundational catalogue of street anthems, including Government, Badness and Jewelness, Hillside, Rather Dep on a hillside, when nobody know there for time to Empty.
We lose enough things, but now I get it back, but feel empty. Me heart heavier, daddy want know if me strap, me can't tell him that.
Bless Me,
Can't take me like selfie photo, God bless me.
Corrupt.
The world corrupt on us, summer mind stay. Love buy a beamer for my Valentine's Day.
His monumental streaming numbers transformed him into a highly sought-after international touring act. He brought his dark, evocative dancehall poetry to major global stages, performing across the Caribbean, the United Kingdom, and extensive venues throughout the United States, commanding audiences of thousands who sang every word of his street soliloquies verbatim. Chronic Law's immense cultural and statistical dominance earned him critical recognition within the music community. He secured top honors at major local celebrations, including multiple international reggae and world music awards and domestic dancehall charts, recognizing his unmatched lyrical writing and prolific output. Crucially, his massive online following culminated in him being officially crowned the most streamed Jamaican dancehall artist on Spotify for 2025, racking up hundreds of millions of plays in a single calendar year. Parallel to his musical triumph was an unshakable narrative tying his art to reality. For years, critics and local law enforcement pointed to his gritty lyrics and loose associations with factions like Montego Bay's infamous Six Camp as indicators of real-world gang affiliations. Chronic Law consistently defended his craft, famously telling critics that his music was simply a documentary of his environment rather than an endorsement of violence. However, his run-ins with the law began to catch up with his touring schedule. Over the years, he faced escalating legal friction, beginning with strict traffic stops and high-speed police pursuits in jurisdictions like Turner County, Georgia, which drew heavily publicized mugshots and localized driving charges.
To other news now, popular dancehall entertainer Chronic Law has been taken into custody by the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. TVJ News understands that the artist, whose real name is Akeem Campbell, was detained earlier this week. His detention is listed on ICE's website. The agency has not disclosed the details surrounding the reason for his detention and his current location. Now we'll have more on this story as it develops.
Despite mounting chaos, his artistic output from 2024 through early 2026 remained incredibly prolific, generating massive continuous numbers across YouTube and streaming platforms. During this era, his music shifted into an even more introspective, soul-searching space. This transition was defined by tracks like No Check, Rich in a Foreign,
We rich in a yard and we rich in a foreign.
Prayer Work.
Who can tell me say God don't read? Who could I tell me the skies could I hear?
Before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and feel free to comment your favorite Chronic Law song below. A cornerstone project of this period was his deeply personal, vulnerable EP titled ICE, which stands for Inside Cold Empty, recorded instantly following a temporary immigration detention by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, between January and March 2026. Today, Chronic Law's legal troubles have escalated far past routine visa complications or traffic infractions. Following a high-profile performance in Miami, he was intercepted by federal law enforcement officers. Federal prosecutors revealed that Campbell allegedly confessed to authorities that he was in unlawful possession of 4 firearms, including a Smith & Wesson rifle reported stolen out of Florida. Making matters worse for the entertainer, federal agencies alleged that 2 of these seized firearms were openly featured in his recent hit music videos for Rich in a Foreign and No Check. The court determined that the artist constitutes both a danger to the community and a severe flight risk, officially ordering him to remain in federal custody without bond pending trial. Following a judicial transfer order from South Florida, Akeem Campbell is currently being held in a federal holding facility in the state of Georgia, the jurisdiction where the initial weapon seizure took place. He stands formally indicted on federal charges of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Under United States federal guidelines, this charge carries a maximum statutory penalty of up to 10 years in federal prison. Furthermore, because he was residing in the U.S. on an O-1B non-immigrant creative visa, a conviction carries the mandatory penalty of the immediate revocation of his legal status, followed by a permanent deportation back to Jamaica. The global dancehall fraternity watches closely as the law boss faces the absolute steepest legal battle of his life. Please remember to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to stay up to date with new now and then artist journey. Let us know which artist to cover next and your favorite Chronic Law song from his enormous catalog. See you next time and thanks for watching.
Never walk with it. I say me no go nowhere if me can't bring up. Play a name brand up here and the party mash up. Plus 34 and the party about. Full of name brand up in water. Left with me. Rich but me I the artist around gun bang got me and on artist I know. Money can't hold in our lead so we have to count. Hey, I say bad things don't